Good morning, children. I hope you must have done the evening task too, where you had to identify the reactants, products, and the keywords in the given chemical scenarios. After today's discussion, identify the type of reaction which is applicable for each chemical scenario and try to write chemical equation for each of these examples. So let us now study the types of reaction. The first type of reaction is called as combination or synthesis reaction. In this reaction, two or more reactants combine to form a new product. The example shows us the reaction over here in the example. We can see that two atoms of sodium combine with two atoms of chlorine to form one molecule of sodium chloride. Most of the combination reaction are exothermic reactions. On the contrary, the decomposition reaction is the one where a reactant break down into two or more than two products. So when we pass electric current through water, we see that water breaks down to release hydrogen and oxygen gases. So one compound is breaking down into two elements. Most of the decomposition reactions are endothermic reactions. They will occur when energy is supplied either in the form of heat, light, or electric current. The next type of reaction is called as single displacement. In the single displacement reaction, a more reactive element displaces a less reactive one from its salt solution. With the help of this reaction, the reactivity series of the metals can be made, in which metals are arranged in decreasing order of their reactivity. So here, with the help of reactivity series, we can tell whether lithium is more reactive or potassium is more reactive or calcium is more reactive. So in this way, the reactivity of the metals can be decided. In this single displacement reaction, we can see that iron is replacing copper from its salt solution, and we get the product as iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate, and copper is released as metallic copper. So a more reactive element replaces a less reactive one from its salt solution, that is single displacement. The next reaction is called as double displacement. In the double displacement reaction, exchange of ions takes place. So if you see this example over here, AB plus CD gives AD plus CB. So A is the cation part, B is the anion part, C is the cation part, D is the anion part. So A combines with D to form AD and C combines with B to form CB. So in this way, the cations and anions are getting exchanged of the reactants to form the new products. Here is an example of double displacement reaction. So calcium hydroxide, when reacted with hydrochloric acid, forms calcium chloride and water. So calcium, the cation part of calcium hydroxide, combines with the chloride part of the acid, forming the salt calcium chloride, and hydrogen part of the acid, which is the cation, combines with the hydroxide part of the base, forming the water. So this is called as neutralization reaction, which is one of the type of double displacement. Another type of double displacement is called as precipitation, where we combine or where we mix two salt solution in their aqueous state and they react to form two new products, in which one of the products settles down as precipitate because it is insoluble solid. This second type is called as precipitation reaction. Now let us discuss the next type of the chemical reaction called as oxidation reduction reaction. It is also known as redox reaction. These reactions always occur simultaneously. If one substance is oxidized, the other one is reduced. In oxidation reaction, oxygen is added or hydrogen is removed. The substance undergoing oxidation is called as reducing agent. Reduction is defined as removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. The substance undergoing reduction is called as oxidizing agent. Here is an example of redox reaction. Copper oxide plus magnesium gives copper and magnesium oxide. Copper oxide is changing to copper. From copper oxide, oxygen is getting removed, so it is undergoing reduction and acting as an oxidizing agent. Magnesium is changing to magnesium oxide. Hence, to the magnesium, since oxygen is being added, it is undergoing oxidation and it is acting as reducing agent. Example of redox reaction in our daily life is corrosion. You must have seen the rusted pieces of iron which are covered with brown flaky substance. This brown flaky substance is rust. When iron reacts with atmospheric oxygen, it forms iron oxide, which is rust. This particular reaction, the speed is increased when water is present in the surroundings. Rusting of iron is one of the destructive process, and we need to prevent this by coating the iron with oil, paint, or galvanization process or alloying needs to be done, because it causes lot of destruction to our buildings if it is not prevented by any of these methods. Rancidity is another process or another redox reaction that we see sometimes in our daily life. Sometimes when we open the chips packets, it gives out off odor or it smells very bad. That is because of the oil in the chips have reacted with the oxygen and have undergone the oxidation process. The chips are no longer edible. We need to throw away such type of packets then. This process is called as rancidity, where the oxidation of the oil has happened. To prevent this rancidity, the chips packets are filled with nitrogen. There are many more examples of redox reactions that happen in our daily life, like when we cut an apple or when we cut brinjal or potato, after some time we see a brown coating developed on it. That is again an example of oxidation. With this, we complete the explanation of the chapter. In the next video, we are going to try out certain lab activity through simulations. Please complete the evening task based on today's discussion and also the class task after you have seen this video. Thank you.